So, Rich, let's talk a little bit about some of the seasonal tendencies that we see in the grain trade, especially through the end of the year when we have all this late holiday trade.
That's a key issue for us right now, especially as we have the story we always kind of hear about with bears get Thanksgiving, but bulls get Christmas. That is generally true here for the grains. Generally, corn, soybeans, and wheat do have lightly higher prices going from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So that may be a factor to consider here in these next few weeks as well here.
So, we are going to be watching South American weather through the end of the year, but really, we're going to start watching it even more after the first of the year, aren't we?
Weather really matters as we go into that reproductive stage, which really for both Argentina and Brazil is really in that January, February timeframe. So weather really starting next month is a bigger issue. So though parts of Brazil have been lightly dry in some areas, parts of Argentina have been lightly dry in some areas, for the most part, these crops are doing just fine here for right now.
So, Rich, if that South American soybean crop confirms, do soybeans serve as an acre on corn because corn has better fundamentals, or does corn help pull or hold soybeans together?
And that's a really good question here, especially as we have maybe a competing interest on top of that with maybe the trade story. If we do have a trade story against us on the U.S. side, it is mainly a soybean story rather than corn. So I do think that in this story right now, corn can probably divorce itself from soybeans if needed, especially with this much different and much better fundamental outlook right now.
And wheat is going to be in a transitionary phase as well, isn't it?
It sure is, especially as you go into this end of the year and a focus on January, February. We're going to see a sharp drop in exportable supplies out of both Ukraine and Russia. Both of them have heavy year-to-date exports, but those numbers are going to sharply drop off. In fact, I'm looking at the Russia story right now, January through June. They're going to see as much as 10 million tons lower than last year exports. So wheat really has a sharp change in this story, probably lined up with us next 1 to 2 months here.